What happens when there are gray clouds out there? It becomes darker, less sunlight. It becomes rainy. So it will become wet outside. It will be colder also. What if you're in a room and someone throws in a smoke bomb? What happens suddenly? You have difficulty breathing because of all that smoke around you. You have difficulty seeing because the smoke tends to blind your vision. And as a consequence, you will sense a weird smell because of the smoke. So, in that scenario, you are hindered. Why would you throw a smoke bomb somewhere? The SWAT teams do it when they're about to arrest someone. Or you can throw in a smoke bomb if you're having a party and you want to give a dramatic effect to the lighting in the disco. But in most cases, a smoke bomb is thrown because people want to not really blind you, but they want to hinder you from seeing how bad the situation is. They don't just come in with their guns to take you away. They first cause you to be disorientated, and then they come in and you won't see them coming. Now, the firebomb as well as the gray clouds outside are both parables for the following. Hexes. When a group of people put a hex on you, they are energizing a dark cloud from their own negative meditation. And by doing this, they are risking their own mental and physical health. So it takes quite some effort for them to do this. They generate this thick mist of negative energy, and then they launch it to you. And when it arrives at you, it kind of shocks you when it arrives. It overwhelms you. So you will have a sudden shock that you experience in your body. You will also notice that maybe your computer breaks down suddenly, or you can't turn the TV on anymore, even though the TV is fine. So you have all these sudden disruptions around you, and then the disruptions are gone. What happens now? You've been, I won't say infected, but you have been targeted with a dark cloud, which is a mist of negative energy that both slows you down as well as confuses your perception. Why do they put hexes on you? And hex is something you put on someone when you're about to take them out. Let me give an example. Let's say you have a group of 20 people, they enforce this hex on Jerry. And when the thick mist of negative energy is launched onto Jerry, Jerry's almost had a car accident because he was disoriented in his car. Eventually he got off well without getting hurt. And for the next 4 months, people don't answer his calls anymore. People are frightened of seeing him. So weird things happen, and he's thinking, what's going on here? People magically forget about him. He pays his rent, but the landlord cannot see that the money is on his bank account, even though the money is there. So the landlord has to check twice before the landlord sees it, and even the landlord is thinking, what the F is this? So there's this weird climate around Jerry. After 4 months and a week, suddenly there are people from Jerry's past that pop up and want to hang out with him. But Jerry senses danger and he declines. In the 5th month, things clear up, as if things went back to normal. And Jerry was thinking, what just happened? Let me tell you what happened. The hex failed. The purpose was to disorient Jerry so much that he would begin to make blunders, and once he's in his mental fragile state, his enemies would come in with knives or guns or whatever to kill him or to kidnap him, one way or the other. Or he would come with false accusations at the police station to get him locked up in jail. An hex is enforced on someone when they want to take that individual out without causing too much attention. The perpetrators don't want to be seen taking you out, so they cause this mist of confusion around you so that everyone will think, well, that guy's just a bit confused, blah, blah, blah. And because people perceive you as confusing, they will think, it's just Jerry, or Jerry's hallucinating again, or whatever, and then they come and snatch you away. A spell is when you are tricked into thinking a certain way that's dysfunctional and defective to you. And you continuing in this defective way of operating, that is a curse. So a curse is the outworking of you operating in a defective way, though to a spell being put on you. A hex is a desperate attempt to confuse you so you become extra vulnerable so they can literally take you out. As a believer, we will be the target of hexes. We will. You may not even be aware that it's happening, but let me tell you, it's happening. Anytime in your life when things just don't add up the way they unfold, it is because there's a hex that's been forced upon you. Most likely, the hex did not work because you're still alive and none of the perpetrators had any chance to come close and unload their violence. And let me tell you one thing, commoners out there can sense when there's this thick mist of negative energy haunting you. They can sense it. They won't tell you about it because how are they going to explain it? But because they don't know what it is and it's scary to them, they will avoid you. It can be that you had a job interview and you called back to ask about your application. And the woman on the other side of the line told you, I'm going to call you back. So you hung up the phone and she never called you back. What's going on? She sensed danger around you. And because she's frightened, she didn't contact you again. Such things happen. So listen to the following, believer. The way you overcome hexes, or let's say dark clouds against you, is by walking in praise, walking by faith, and by bypassing the patterns of the enemy. When you sense weird sensations around you, that's the moment you should begin to pray, decree, and declare, and that's the moment you should become more flexible than ever to get into another direction. That's why believers don't get too comfortable when situations are easy. It's when circumstances are easy that often gangs will come with their hexes on you. You have one part of the people that will meditate the negative energy and another part of people that are ready to take you out. Hey, such things happen in the world. With believers, it often fails because we walk by faith, but even if they can't kill us or take us out, it will still cause a lot of hinder. And if you aren't aware of what's going on, you may even blame yourself. And that's the purpose, for you to blame yourself and to become mentally confused. So, don't be distracted by dark clouds. Be at peace.